This episode of the Rawder Kidula Show is proudly brought to you by JK Studios. JK Studios, capturing every moment. Coming up on the Rawder Kidula Show.
One of the triggers of these fibroids is estrogen. A big percentage of the processed foods in our stores, a big percentage of the processed foods in all around us, has estrogen, synthetic estrogen, which is used in preservatives and additives.
This is the Rawder Kidula Show.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the Rawder Kidula Show. So glad to be here today, and we're going to have an amazing conversation as usual. When you see me this excited, oh, what does that say about other interviews? I'm always excited. And today is special, and before I forget, let me just begin by thanking Beauty Bounty by Shawi. Check them out on Instagram and TikTok. They did my makeup, and yeah, that's why today I just feel I feel sophisticated. I feel like I should walk on well-made pavements. And yeah, thank you so much for doing my makeup. JK Studios, thank you so much for recording my shows and for being the best in videography and photography. So if you're planning for any shoot, if you have an event, graduation, birthday, wedding, or corporate event, please check out JK Studios as well. Today is our monthly dose of Carol, your health coach. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Karibu is welcome. Our Nigerian friends are very mad that we keep speaking Swahili. So today we will try and keep it English.
We thank God I've not even spoken Kikuyu.
Oh.
Sometimes I'm tempted at speaking. See, the problem of being a village girl is you think in your mother tongue. Translating sometimes becomes a problem. We apologize.
How have you been?
Great.
Where do we begin? 99% of the people who watched our last show said that their orgasm is not 40 minutes. Wait, before we continue, if you're watching this with children, this is adult content. It is safe, we are born again, but it's adult. So if you have children around, you can either put on your headphones or go tell them to go get ice cream for this episode.
And ice cream is not healthy, so let
go. Tepache. Tell them to go get tepache, and we're supposed to open.
Yes. We will have tepache today for the show. So our audience said, and I saw a meme. We've become a meme. We've become a meme. And our Nigerian friends did the thing.
Yes. We're now a meme because even women said, even the host is shocked. Orgasm doesn't last for 40 minutes.
Well, you see, anyone who watched the entire show understands what I mean. Number two, women experience different types of orgasm. The uterine one, the cervical one. Yes. Sorry,
I've started reacting already. Today you have makeup on, Rhoda. Please stop reacting.
There are those, and then there are those women who will vibrate. There are others who will not feel it. I think there are those those women who will have that fluid. Our orgasms are totally different. So the 40 is a combination of the different types of, that is the best of the orgasms.
Okay.
Yes, and it is from a long time. Remember, our muscles take time.
Yes.
Any woman knows what I'm talking about. You feel it. You feel it coming.
Yes.
Then it can hide.
Oh,
then come back again. And then
yes.
The climax is not the only orgasm. Then going back, the muscles.
So we are actually counting from the beginning of.
Yes. And if a woman can be very honest, women who have had this kind of an orgasm.
Yeah.
Some people even feel they feel that even hours before, even hours after, I mean.
Oh.
The muscles.
They still,
the relaxation of those muscles, and when they are still doing that.
Oh, yes.
By the muscles, I mean, I'll have to explain with what kind of muscles.
You promised us a whole orgasm show.
Yes,
So that was
we'll
just
do
feedback for that one.
Yes.
And look forward for that show as well.
Yes.
Today we want to talk about fibroids or fibroids.
Fibroids.
Yes.
Depends on where you went to high school. I'm opening our tepache.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a probiotic. And if you notice, I'm doing it very slowly to
Yeah.
allow the gas to come out. Because I don't want it to wash us.
It's like soda.
Yes, it's like soda. But so because if there are clients who buy and then they go and
They just open.
I'm actually advocating for us to be using this during our weddings.
During our weddings
Champagne.
instead of
if
wine.
If you allow it, it can do the champagne style.
Oh.
So today we are serving a probiotic.
Yay!
It's tepache. It's called
Why
tepache.
have water when you can have tepache?
Yes, when you can have
What
tepache.
is it going to do?
Tepache
in my
is
body?
Going, first of all, it's going to help us with the balancing of our bacteria for the gut bacteria. Remember, I told you our gut from the mouth to where the long haul comes out.
Yeah.
We have so many bacteria. Some are good, others
some
are bad. So what a probiotic does, it gives a good environment for the good ones and kills the bad ones.
Oh, yes.
So it's a very good soldier. Number two, this one we have made with pineapples. Pineapples are the best anti-inflammatory fruits that God has given us. It is so good with anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
And so it's going to help us with
Cheers.
even a good taste.
It tastes really
it's a
good.
heavenly taste.
And we will share with the cameraman after.
Yes,
the show.
we will share with him. Fibroids. You want us to talk about fibroids?
Fibroids and infertility.
I know. I've read so many comments.
Yes, yeah.
And women can't wait for the fibroids, the menopause, infertility, and all these things. And we will tackle each at a time.
Yeah.
Where do we even start?
What are fibroids?
Fibroids. First of all, fibroids are not cancerous.
Oh.
They are tumors. They are tissues that grow. And there are like 4 types. So our uterus looks like this.
Yes.
I assume it looks like this. This is the cervix, looks like this. There are some fibroids that grow on the lining that bleeds during our periods. Then there are others that grow in the thick muscle of the uterus that expands when we are pregnant. Then there is another one that will grow where the baby attaches him or herself.
Yeah.
Then there's another one that is not even attached to the uterus, but it is somewhere here.
Okay.
They all have different names.
Okay.
Then there are fibroids that grow one or
many
like this.
So because they're natural, everyone has them?
No, they are not natural. It's not a natural occurrence.
Okay.
It is an occurrence that happens because of some risk factors that we will look at.
Okay.
So these things, they can grow in any woman's in the reproductive age. They can grow fibroids if they're exposed to the risk factors that we are going to look for. So one of the reasons why I've said it's not cancerous is because there are so many women who think fibroids are cancerous, yet they are not. But one in more than 2,000 cases can turn into cancer. So the fluid, it's like pieces of tissues that just grow and keep growing and keep growing. But then there are 2 types. There is one that will keep growing and draining your blood, and you keep bleeding, and you bleed clots, and it's painful and like that. Then there are others who will just grow, and you don't feel anything.
And you don't even
know you have them.
And as we talk, I'll be asking you questions of things I've had and myths maybe, or maybe they're facts.
Yes.
Is it a cause of infertility?
It can be a cause of infertility depending on where it has grown. But there's, like, for example, when the fibroids have grown on the sides or outside the endometrial wall, they cannot affect the conception. There are women who've told you, I got pregnant with fibroids, and when the baby was being removed, they were removed as well. So depending on the type of fibroid, it can cause infertility, and then there are people who can still give birth when they have the fibroids.
Okay.
So the 2 types of fibroids is the For this show, I like using layman's language so that we can understand.
I can understand, so that I can understand.
I was trying to be kind. Because if I start telling you the medical, you're like, So there are two types, the harmful ones and the harmless ones.
Okay.
The harmless one means you will not feel anything, you'll not have excess bleeding or anything. They'll just be there.
Yeah.
The harmful ones, there's a woman who is watching us and they can resonate with us. They are painful.
Oh.
You can have lower back pain, pelvic area pain, back pain.
Yeah.
You can have severe bleeding. There are women who will tell you, I bleed for more than 15 days in a month. Then there are others who will tell you, I can bleed 5 days, but it's clotty. It's heavy flow. That's a harmful fibroid.
Yeah.
The harmful ones also, they can grow and grow and grow. And then, because the uterus is here, the rectum is here. The rectum is where our long call comes out.
Yeah.
And this side is the bladder. So there are some that grow and they push the rectum. And so this woman will always have constipation. So a woman will come and tell me, Caro, I eat fruits, I drink water, I drink tepache, but I still have constipation. In that case, when we look at that, we actually do a scan to just confirm it's not fibroids. There are others who will have on the side of the bladder, and it will make their urination period very hard. Sometimes they are not able to urinate, or they are urinating so many times. It's like a baby is pressing. Then there are women who it grows like this, and you'll think they're pregnant. Yes. So the harmful one is the dangerous one because it feeds on your blood like.
How do I know if it's I have the harmful one or?
Because it will give you the symptoms. It will give you pain. It will give you excess bleeding. Your periods will come in between when they are not supposed to be. Then they will come. They will start draining. Some of them cause even anemia. There are women who get anemia now. They need to have extra blood added to them. Number 2, they come with pain, back pains, pelvic pains, lower, all those things. That is the harmful one. The harmless one, we can even live with it
without knowing
for the rest of our life.
Without knowing,
or even with knowing, you can live with it, and it will do no harm.
They will still grow with the baby if I'm to get pregnant.
There are some that don't grow. They'll just be there. Especially the fibroids that show up when a woman is going through the menopause. There are women who get some fibroids when they are going through menopause. So now fibroids, they have risk factors. And today I want us to look at the risk factors that we rarely talk about. Because one of the many, I don't know whether you've heard that fibroids are brought by birth control pills. Have you heard that?
Yes, I've heard that.
Yes, there is a percentage that is true, but not totally true. Yes, there are some birth control pills and injections and whatever planning methods that can cause fibroids, but not always. But then I want to share with us some of the risk factors that we rarely talk about. Number 1 and the most triggers of fibroids is called stress.
No.
Yes. Women we are busy looking for what caused the fibroids, and we forget that the amount of stress that we have undergone.
And even continue undergoing while we look for the cause.
So, Rhoda, stress is one of the risk factors that we rarely talk about. And let me explain it now, trying to put it scientifically and also the logical way. Okay? So for fibroids, for them to grow, there is either excess, there's hormonal imbalance, there's excess or production of estrogen. Estrogen is given, the orders are given from the thyroid to the pituitary gland, and then the pituitary gland will be able to produce along with the estrogen to say this is enough, this is not enough. When you're stressed and you keep releasing cortisol hormone, you keep blocking the ducts that send the communication. So every time you're so stressed, so many other hormones come into place and they block the ducts that communicate. And so either there is overproduction or underproduction of some hormones. And that is when a woman is told they have hormonal imbalance. Okay? So stress triggers not just fibroids, but most of the issues that we are having today are caused by stress. And so when you have fibroids and you start worrying about the fibroids, then it
they
becomes
grow
worse because you are feeding them again with the stress hormones and all these things. So the best thing and the best remedy when you learn you have fibroids, the first instinct is to
be
worry,
afraid,
be shocked, and then you create castles of, oh my God, oh I'm going to die. Then you remember Mama so and so, they were removed. You know, we keep worrying about. The more you worry, the more you're afraid, the more you get stressed, the more it becomes bigger. You keep feeding it. Number 2, risk factor. Risk factor are the things that contribute to that thing. Number 2 is our lifestyle. Oh Jesus. Our lifestyle plays a very major role in this. And even stress being a lifestyle issue. But let's just be very simple. Basic. Let's look at our diet.
Yes.
One of the triggers of these fibroids is estrogen. A big percentage of the processed foods in our stores, a big percentage of the processed foods in all around us has estrogen, synthetic estrogen, which is used in preservatives and additives. So, like for example, if I had added a preservative or additive in this drink, it means I am providing you with extra synthetic estrogen. What do I mean by synthetic? It is not natural. It is not how God created it. So it means I'm feeding my system with some more reasons to keep growing my fibroids. Okay? So the more I feed my body with this synthetic estrogen, the more the fibroids will keep growing. So it doesn't matter what drugs I'm taking.
If I'm still taking...
Number 2, I watched the other day and I felt so much pain when I watched one of the cabinet secretaries in our country openly saying, let us allow GMOs because GMOs will not kill us. Yet they might not kill us, but we will pay the consequences of GMO. Why? Because if you read, and I always encourage our viewers to read. Information
research,
is power. What is genetically modified of foods and anything, whatever is genetically modified, they have synthetic estrogen. The worst being that we have taken our foods and made them GMOs. Up and above that, we take these same foods that we have made GMOs, we process. And then before we even process, when they're in the farm, we take the worst and the worst and the worst of the GMOs called these herbicides, pesticides, all these things, they are full of that estrogen, that bad, not just estrogen, but so many other synthetic chemicals that are causing all these problems. Petroleum, anything. You just read about herbicides. You know,
you're mad.
I am so angry.
So angry.
The other day, I learned 2 very disappointing things from clients who had come to my office and confessed to things. One is a farmer who decided, I want to get some money. So went to one of the best places that wheat comes from in Kenya. Just leased 300 acres of land and then planted wheat. And then when the season was about, he was far from the same from that area. Then he noticed one day he woke up and all the neighbors' wheat was dry and his wheat was not dry. So he was like, what did I not do? Where did I miss the point? A neighbor called him and told him, we cannot wait. We spray Roundup for the wheat to dry. Hey! Roundup is not allowed. Anyone who is in Europe will tell us. Anyone who is in the US will tell us. It is banned. Because they know the chemical composition of that thing. Now here, we are drying our wheat, which is GMO. Then we add another GMO. We dry it faster. We take it to the market. We grind it and we give our women. And we expect hormonal imbalance to go.
Ooh, lifestyle.
My friend.
What we are eating.
I also learned about the onions. I was so disappointed.
What have the onions done?
Oh my God, the red onion, the red bulb onion. It's the same thing. After they get to a certain age and they need to harvest and they're not ready, they spray Roundup. Then they dry. I was so mad.
Which onions do we use now?
I was so mad. And I was like, where are we going?
Yeah.
Because those are some of the things that we are doing to our environment, and and injustices we are doing to ourselves.
And our young girls, we are feeding them this.
Oh yes.
Then in future we'll be like, we need to go see
our daughters. You see, we are even paying the price.
Yeah.
I've been doing a research.
Yes.
I'm still doing that research. There's a percentage of certain girls born between 1986 and 1992 in Kenya. And most of them seem to have a problem with hormonal imbalance.
Yes.
And then I found out around those years, there's a special food for the children that was produced by a company that I'm not going to mention. And so it was the vibe that day of feeding your child that kind of food.
Yes.
So when you hear there's, we are feeding our children, please don't rush.
Don't rush.
Don't rush. You don't know what you're feeding them. Oh, it's cheaper, it's affordable, it's fast to cook. So now we have another poison we are cooking since 2000. There's another poison that again I almost, let's call it noodles. Yes. It's a poison, we will pay the price.
Serious?
We will pay the price, or rather we are paying the price.
My daughter loves those things.
I know, that generation loves them.
My daughter, you cook your ugali. She was home the other day. I cooked my ugali and she says, no, thank you. No, fast. Thank you in whose house? You eat my ugali first, then you go make what you want to make.
Yes. So imagine a child who is totally dependent on that as food, as their food.
Actually, there's a school, when she was in primary school, in a parents' meeting, we were told to stop packing that as lunch.
Thank you.
Noodles.
That's a good school. I love them. Tell them thank you. Because that is not food.
Ooh.
Now look at our boys. We want to feed our boys those things.
Yeah.
And we expect them to give quality sperms in future.
Oh.
No.
Now that I have a son, what should we feed our boys? You said roots and?
Roots and the bark of a tree. Because the bark of a tree protects the tree.
Okay, yeah.
You get the concept.
I remember. I'll watch that again.
Yes, so we need to be, and then we do all these things blindly.
Yes.
And then we blame and we say, no, it runs in the family. I don't know what.
Yes.
So other than that, we've talked about those two things. Number 3, our environment. We have changed our environment. The chemical we are giving out, our everything is just messed up. So it is also interfering with our DNA, with our the way God created us. So number 4, God granted us cows.
Cows, the real cows.
Yes, the cows. But our traditional cows used to feed on grass.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure there is a cow today that does not know how grass looks like.
Or tastes.
I'm sure there's a cow you'd give grass, is like,
what is this?
Yeah. What are this? Because our cows have changed. First of all, we keep injecting. I like the Maasai community. If you inject a Maasai's cow, they would kill you.
You said someone can finish in one city. It's okay.
Because you're on air. But
okay, even you.
Glass. I finished kitambo.
One glass
it's delicious per day. But Sasa, you know what I do sometimes? Especially the ginger kombucha. I drink one glass, then I go to my bedroom, then I remember it's there, then I go back. I'm just
even
drinking.
Me, I finish in one day. When I buy, I take one for the month. We go back to the cows.
I like the Maasai community, how if you inject them with any medication, they would kill you.
Oh.
They don't. So we have exposed our cows, we have changed the modification of their food, the salt, everything is changed in the modification. We're injecting them with antibiotics, antigens, whatever, all those things. I'm telling you, we have
environment,
we have tampered with the quality of the milk that was created.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, milk was created for the children. So why do we still take cow's milk?
I don't understand.
After our babies stop breastfeeding, we stop and we wean them.
Yeah.
So cow's milk was meant for the calves.
We're not supposed to take
give
cow's
them
milk.
Growth hormones. We stop because the milk has very high growth hormones. So what do you need to grow? Where are you growing?
Wait, you're saying I'm not supposed to take milk?
Yeah, why should you take it?
tea. I have to take tea. I take
Those are the
this.
things that are leading us to that point.
Really?
Because we have made this tea morning, 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock,
Yeah,
and in the evening
night.
before bed. If you take in moderation.
Oh, yeah.
You take, and it's not necessary. I rarely take milk.
Yeah.
If I take it, it is fermented as maziwa mala or as yogurt. Why? Because
How do you
when
take
it is
your cereals? Or you have an issue with cereals?
Which cereals? That's the question. Which cereals? The ones
What
that I
does
see in
this
the
woman
stores.
eat?
I'll bring you my cereals. Terere seeds.
Oh.
I'll bring you. Also, go to my TikTok. I've shown you how you can take the nuts, dried fruits, and watermelon. I cut. I use the watermelon as my bowl. So those are my cereals.
Okay. We need to come
So
live
our
with
children
you.
are taking noodles. They are taking those cereals in
Yeah.
the morning. So what
With
are we doing?
milk.
With milk, and then after that you give them sausages
Wheat.
and bacon. And then you give them wheat,
Wheat,
because
chapo.
I learned something that we have taken from the Western culture. Oh, Rhoda, when I'm stressed, I bake. I'm not saying baking is bad, by the way. But what are you doing? Our mothers, when they were so stressed, they were going to the farm. I'm not saying you go to the farm.
Yeah.
But when you're baking, you're only baking this. Find other things. I
Other
met a
healthy,
lady who is doing a cake that has no wheat at all. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I've
I
seen
was
that
so
as
impressed.
well. No wheat, no sugar.
No sugar. I've met another young girl who is doing cookies. Let's not make wheat. Wheat has become, it's in the biscuits, in the cookies, in the bread, in the cake, in the pancake. Like every day there is wheat.
I know.
Which is GMO itself, which has been sprayed GMO, and then it has gluten. Gluten is a protein that is highly concentrated in the wheat. And the gluten has no problem when it is good amount.
Oh, yeah.
Gluten, we need it. Now the problem is we have abused the gluten.
Oh.
So we wait for someone to be gluten intolerant or something.
Yes.
When you have bloating. Do you know, if you stopped wheat, the current wheat, and this one I'm going to look at the camera and tell our lady, if you have any reproductive health issue, if you have any inflammation, a man, if you have erectile dysfunction, and then you chose to stop taking wheat for 2 weeks, sugar for 2 weeks, and dairy for 2 weeks, you will come back and tell me your problem is healed.
Our husbands love chapo.
And they take 6. You told me 6. I'm a 7.
6 while you're cooking. So it's upon even us who run the kitchen to look for other...
And what happened? And Africans, I'm talking to Africans now.
Yeah.
I'm an African who is very proud and who've been called to wake Africans up.
Yes.
What happened to us? We didn't have this wheat. And we made wheat like it was a privilege to have wheat.
Christmas Day, that's when we take
why
chapo.
we were so addicted
and
to
soda
chapatis.
and everything unhealthy.
Thank you. Everything unhealthy was made to look better.
And you know,
privilege.
when I was in my parents' place this last month. When we were young, we used to love bread, chapati. Those were the privileges.
Yes.
Now they're just the two of them eating duma.
Exactly.
When we left, they chose
they chose that which
they
that we
chose
thought it was.
themselves.
And for us, we used to think it's poverty.
Yeah, it's
I don't
poverty.
know. We used to see pumpkins and cry.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, we are poor.
Sweet potatoes. I will never forgive them.
So we need to change our mentality.
Oh, yes.
And that is why when research is being done, I have no offense by saying this statement. When research is being done, we say fibroids is highly prevalent. The high prevalence is in the black people.
Yeah.
I feel sad when I hear that.
Because of
we
what
have
black people are eating, their
because we have become
lifestyles.
stupid in terms of what we are eating. So the preference will keep going up.
I have a gift for your teens. My name is Rawder Kidula, and I have 2 books here for your teens. This is for my beautiful teen girl. This is a book for your teen girls. And this is You're Now a Man. This is a gift for your teen sons. These are great gifts to give to your teens at this time. They talk about different topics: peer pressure, mental health, faith, working hard, finances, and so on. So get a gift to help you disciple your teen daughter or teen son, teen nephew, and whatever teens are around you. Thank you.
I have another myth, and it's actually a question I got from a single lady that the doctor had told her she has fibroids, and the only way
To give birth.
is to get pregnant. The only way is to get a man, get pregnant, and that's the only way you can shrink them.
Yeah. Those are some of the myths that just break my heart. Like, you
It's a
can see
lie.
how broken my heart is. The concept, and I respect and I honor conventional treatment, conventional education. I honor it. I read a lot about the conventional. I interact so much with doctors. But unfortunately, they did research like this. They do their research like this. They don't open up the scope.
Yeah.
Because let's just be logical. Hata nimekaa vizuri. In your house, you get rats.
No.
You're afraid of them.
I know.
Okay, I'm just giving them as an example.
You get rats.
So I'm assuming in your house, okay, you get cockroaches. You are afraid of rats, so let's work with cockroaches.
No comment.
And then you come into this same house and you just take one cockroach and say, whoa, we have killed the cockroach. Now we are good.
Oh.
And then you go out and say, no more cockroaches in my house.
My house, yeah.
Then after you walk in after a week, you find more cockroaches. And again, you're so frustrated.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to look for where the cockroaches are coming from. What are they feeding? Because if they don't have anything to feed, they would come back.
Yeah.
And poison from that point. And then clean up. After they are dead, clean up.
Okay.
And then you will not worry about cockroaches.
Yes.
That is the same thing about our fibroids, about the PCOS, about the reproductive system related issues. Fibroids will come back even after you give birth.
Oh.
Why? The environment is still the same. The communication between your thyroid and your pituitary and your hypothalamus, it's still the same. Your thinking is the same. Your food is the same.
Your
You're not
lifestyle is the
exercising.
same.
So a child will not solve that problem. Instead, you'll even have a bigger problem because you'll be a parent.
Oh, yeah. So that's a myth. I've just
It's a
remembered.
myth.
Actually, so many ladies.
Yes.
Now they're asking, should I have sex before marriage?
So that I can remove the fibroids.
Yeah.
No. For you to remove those fibroids, change your lifestyle.
And another one is that the doctor said I have fibroids and now I'll never conceive.
No. You can conceive. Depending on where the fibroids are. I'm not saying that you sit there and say, now Kara said I can conceive. No, change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Let's remove the fibroids and then conception will come.
Is there a way we can remove them naturally?
Yes, I've helped women. Even if you go to my Facebook, I have quite a number of women who've shared their testimony.
Wow.
I've helped them shrink them. My challenge, Rhoda, I'll tell you, is people who come for a shortcut.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give shortcuts.
Yeah.
We must do a turnaround of your lifestyle like this. And you must be very well informed. Like, for example, if I talk about healthy products.
Yes.
There's a product called flaxseed, FLA. It's not here
it's not
because
here
the table
today.
here represents the things we can use for fibroids.
Oh, yeah.
Flaxseed is a good seed. It has omega-3. It has the fatty acids.
Yeah.
I use it to help women. But if a woman going through fibroids takes flax seeds, is feeding the flax seeds.
Oh.
So be informed where you are going to get this
Yes.
information from. Soy
sauce.
Soy. No, not that one. God, there are names we don't mention on this show. What is that?
You need to come to my house, by the way.
Oh, God.
And now tell me, get rid of this, then you replace.
Yes,
You
I'll show you how
replace.
to make butter.
Yeah.
The bread butter, you don't need those things.
Oh.
You don't need.
I don't. I just
I
got
can
the
teach you how
big
to make
size.
tomato sauce by it in your house. Natural.
I need you.
Invite me to your kitchen.
I need
and
you.
Bring the audience with you. So you take soya beans. They're healthy. They're good. But when you have fibroids, when you already have them,
Yeah.
for you, if you take, they won't have any problem. But someone who already has fibroids, if they take soy,
But now, how
it
do
will
you know
grow.
I don't have them?
And well, you haven't had an issue. And if
But
you
you've said some people have, but they don't feel.
Yes, if you'd want to know, you can just do a scan, pelvic scan.
And if I've done a scan before, the doctors should have told me.
Yes, the scan can show us where the problem is.
I did an X-ray.
Yes, so that's fibroids. Yeah, so then you don't have them. And no one, there are women who will die without knowing what fibroids are.
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
everyone who will get. During menopause, you'll find some women, they get fibroids, they hide, then they come back. Then they hide, then they come back because of the hormonal changes.
Okay.
So if you want to treat fibroids naturally,
yes,
you must go to someone who knows what they are doing.
Yes.
Otherwise, you'll be feeling like, for example, I use milk thistle.
Yeah.
And most of our clients have watched and have come for milk thistle. It's perfect in balancing hormones.
Okay.
But if you have fibroids and I give you, I'm feeding your fibroids.
So you
But
need
then
to know.
There's a way I can use it and then neutralize it with something else.
Okay.
So you need to be very careful. Don't take this. I hear people saying detox. Those two concoctions have been mixed.
Yeah.
Oh, go and use. If I give you, and I give Susan, and I give Anne, and I give Jerry, and you guys have 4 different types of fibroids, am I helping?
No.
So every person's case is very different. And then causes. There are women who will have fibroids because they are obese. By the obesity causes fibroids. So if you are obese and you have fibroids, even if we inject you what medication, we need to work on your weight, my friend.
Yeah.
If you have fibroids and you're on certain medications that are causing, we need to work on that. So let us stop going for shortcuts. There are other people who I know who have gone, they have fibroids or whatever hormonal imbalance, and they're given family planning.
Yeah. That's another one.
Oh, Jesus. The medication is trying to block the estrogen production. Why don't you do it naturally? And then the final one is hysterectomy, when now they say we removed, there's a surgery that they can be done and be removed.
Yeah.
And by the way, fibroid can be the size of a pea. Ile minji. And it also can be a size of the basketball. This size. And
it can grow from a pea.
It can grow to the size of a baby.
I have also had people thinking they're pregnant only to find it was a fibroid.
It was a fibroid or something else that I'll tell you about later, maybe when we are doing the other reproductive. There are those people, they get like a fluid. It's called what? It has a name. It has a name, I can't remember. They think they're pregnant, but then it's a fluid that was just growing. And it was behaving like a baby.
Something pregnancy.
No, ectopic is on the side.
Okay.
I'll teach you about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
If you're a woman there and you have both harmful or harmless, let's first talk about the harmful ones, the ones that are bleeding.
Yes.
There are women who come to me and they are in that stage. There's nothing much I can do at that time. Why? Because they waited until it was so painful. They are bleeding. One, they have lost too much blood. When you come to me and it has not gotten to that, if it has gotten to that bad, I'll tell you to rush to the doctor. And there are women who need an emergency surgery to remove. If you have not gotten there, and before it gets there, it gives you symptoms. Mama, women, anytime you bleed or you
menstruation.
Spot, yes, it's not menstruation. Like if you ever find blood or something brown in your panties, it is a symptom that something is not right inside there. So don't wait until it becomes something heavy.
Okay.
So if you come to me, the first thing is to know, are they the harmful ones or the harmless ones? I'll tell you for a scan. You go and bring the scan and see the position of the fibroids. If you are bleeding too much, your iron levels are going down. The more the iron levels are going down, becoming anemic, the more of the nutrients are coming out with that blood. You become weak. Your calcium level goes down. Your vitamin. I forgot. Another risk factor of fibroids is deficiency of vitamin D.
The sun.
Now, I was about to say in Swahili, but vitamin D is the sun. In Africa, we have this sun. So how can we have a deficiency of vitamin D? Guess why?
Why?
Because we don't have enough magnesium. When you don't have enough magnesium in your body, your body does not know how to absorb and break and use calcium and vitamin D. So how can we Africans not have vitamin D when we have sunlight?
The sun.
It's because we don't have magnesium. It's because we don't have magnesium.
A woman's friend. And it's ready. Do you have a knife?
And
we'll eat it in the next show.
Looking for magnesium very far. You get the dark chocolate. You get the avocado. You get the Epsom salt. You feed your body with magnesium. And that way, the first treatment to fibroids is what? First thing is avocado, cocoa, dark chocolate, feeding your body with magnesium.
And we are doing an avocado show, right?
Yes.
I have a question I'll ask you then. My husband sent me this black seed oil and asked me, Carol, does Carol have this?
Yes, I do.
And I told him yes, but I want to know why he wants this. And it's in the package. It's here with Fibroid. The Fibroid show. Why does my husband want black seed oil? I've just seen it and I remembered. I even forgot to buy it for him.
I will refer you to the last show that we did. When we were concluding, I told you something. I'm not saying that is why Jackson needs it.
Yeah.
But when I was concluding, I told you something.
Yes.
If you play around with black seed oil and honey properly, it is a natural Viagra.
Hey, I'm buying.
Don't buy for that.
Oh, can we edit that out? Why does my husband need this? Because you told people orgasm should last for 40 minutes. Now men are worried. They're looking for means. They're feeling like, what have I been doing? 5 years of marriage.
I've never seen my wife
with my 2 minutes. Okay.
No, this is an immune booster. It has omega-3, 6, and 9. And it is anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
It helps with the joint pains. And it gives the strength to the muscles.
So there are many reasons. Let's say there are many reasons why he's looking for it. But I play with this one with honey.
Yes. You do a good job with them. You talk to me nicely, I'll show you how you can make a natural Viagra from them.
Okay.
Rawder, you're funny. So Jackson,
no, I saw it. And I remembered he was asking about it.
For a woman with fibroids, I use it as anti-inflammatory. Because think about it. This fibroid, these tissues that have grown, they are causing, there is inflammation, and it has everything to do with blood. This is blood, this is tissue. There is inflammation that is happening. So you need anti-inflammatories. So I've finished with magnesium. You need avocado, you need the original cocoa or the original dark chocolate. You need the Epsom salt, the magnesium sulfate. You soak your body in the magnesium sulfate, so your skin knows how to do that. And then you can get from some of the leafy greens, not all of them. So after you refill your magnesium, you now go to the sun. You will be able to absorb vitamin D. Okay. So then, at the same time, you need to do anti-inflammatory property-filled foods. Things that will help the inflammation to reduce. Because for the inflammation to be here, it means even the other parts of the body are inflamed. Itching, I want to give you natural anti-inflammatories. Start with black seed oil.
Black seed oil?
The one.
Yes.
Cinnamon. I have cinnamon.
Oh, you have cinnamon.
And I tell you, there are 2 types of cinnamon. Be careful. Be careful when you're getting your cinnamon. There are 2 types of cinnamon. There is the grade 1 and grade 2. If you take grade 1 too often, it is a blood thinner.
Okay.
So you mess up. But cinnamon is anti-inflammatory. Coconut oil is anti-inflammatory and a healthy oil. So this one you don't just apply. You also swallow.
Oh.
In good quantities.
Okay.
Anti-inflammatory, we have a very powerful anti-inflammatory called cayenne pepper. This one is hot. So when it gets into your body, it is hot. I hear people saying pepper is not good with stomach ulcers. Cayenne pepper is the medicine for stomach ulcers.
Really?
So when we talk,
and this one can be used on normal foods.
Yes.
Mango.
Yes. One's on mangoes. Yes, that is the one that you guys use on the mangoes. Yes, now that's it.
Yeah.
So the cayenne pepper will help with burning and inflammatory.
Okay.
If there is so much inflammation, and I don't like giving recipes on YouTube because there are people who go and try out these recipes and they overdo or they underdo. But if you mix properly black pepper, cayenne pepper, and turmeric powder, the 3 of them are the best anti-inflammatory things that you can have. Cloves. Those things that you guys
cloves
do
are the ones you said we can survive
pilau,
on.
Yes. The things that you guys use for pilau masala, Imagine they are the best anti-inflammatory things that you have.
Which ones?
There's cloves, there's cinnamon, there's cardamom, all those spices.
Oh.
Then pineapple. Pineapple is anti-inflammatory. Pineapple is an anti-inflammatory. And then you can do bicarbonate of soda. That's bicarbonate of soda. Sodium bicarbonate. You can drink and you can also put in your bath water. So, number 4, you need to add more blood in your system.
Oh, yes.
You need vitamin C. And so you need my tea, which is indigenous leaves tea. Those are wild plants that I have harvested from the wild. It's Mexican marigold, blackjack, and dandelion. Aki napenda kukutishia.
Dandelion, wild berries, leaves.
Yes, they are wild. Those are wild plants.
Yeah.
And look at the iron content. The iron is very high.
Oh, yeah.
So this is also, and this is purple tea. The iron is very high. So even for that woman who is bleeding so much and you need to restore your blood, you restore with these two teas.
Are they bitter?
No, they're not bitter.
I'm not supposed to add sugar.
Yes, my bitterness and your bitterness may be contradicting, but they're not bitter. They're not hot. What is bitter is this, the pawpaw leaves.
Pawpaw leaves?
Yes.
We're supposed to take pawpaw leaves?
Yes. Pawpaw, you're supposed to take everything, including the seeds that you guys remove.
How do we take the seeds?
You swallow.
We are swallowing watermelon, then we come and swallow the ones for pawpaw.
For lemon and for oranges, you should swallow.
I remove them before I give my son.
I know, but you give him. Because all these seeds have a gel, a protective gel that God created, that when it goes into your body, it protects, it goes and heals your body.
Oh.
And that's why when we take passion fruit, the way you take it here, it's not the way it comes out here.
Oh, yeah.
Sindio, it comes with that gel you have removed.
Yeah.
So pawpaw leaves help with the blood platelets. Blood platelets help with the clotting of the blood. Because remember, this woman is bleeding.
Yeah. How do I take these leaves?
You put in hot water. You put in hot water. And you can add to your smoothies. We
are wasting these leaves in the village.
Imagine. You can also add your blood with hibiscus. But be careful with hibiscus. Because it is, if you want to conceive in future, this one is a conception inhibitor. I see women taking it in bottles.
There's someone who is addicted to this. I'll cut this part for you. Stop.
No, take it only when...
No, she takes daily.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is against a woman who wants to conceive. It's an inhibitor. It's a very good natural family planner. When it's taken properly,
the ones who are supposed to be taking it, but it's bitter.
No, it's not bitter. It has that thing.
Lowers blood pressure. Yes, because I see my dad taking it as well.
Yes. So then there's a special root. You told me the only root you know in your mother tongue is called mukombero. Now there's a sister mukombero. There's a sister mukombero.
People of Shamahoho. I need to know this one. Do they sell it like the way they sell mukombero?
Yes.
Where?
Yes. If you come to R&B, we can sell. We can sell to you, but that one is in powder.
Oh, it's in powder form. So this is for the woman.
Read the name for them.
Shatavari powder.
Shatavari powder. Any Indian who is watching and they hear the word shatavari, they will come running to look for it. It's the feminine side of mukombero. Yes.
So as men take mukombero, women are taking shatavari.
This one helps with PCOS, with fibroids, with breastfeeding women, with H. pylori. It's just that gift. And if you see, you go and...
Even ulcers.
Yes, even ulcers.
Hey, someone said you should be explaining everything on that table. What is that?
This is Simos. I cannot go without mentioning. This is Simos gel. One of the best ways to get rid of fibroids is to reduce the intake of red meat. Reduce the intake of white meat. But increase the intake of seafoods.
Okay.
So how many of us have access to fish every day? In my central province, I have never seen a fish. In your village,
there is a difference between fish and seafood.
The foods, okay. Because
fish is also white meat that you're telling us to avoid. I'm
talking about now the Mediterranean food. I want you to take the sea foods. So fish is a part of that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything that is feeding from the sea, from the ocean. Yes.
Okay.
So there's octopus, there's fish, there's many other things that I saw my Mijikenda friends taking. Then there are sea plants.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the sea plants is simos, Irish simos. The other one is spirulina. The two sea plants, they are very high rich in omega, the omega fatty acids. They also help in balancing our hormones because they have natural salts from the ocean, from the sea. So this is something we can borrow, anyone who is going through fibroids.
How do I take that?
This one is, you take like 2 tablespoons. You can add here, you can add to your food.
Does it smell like fish?
Yes.
And did you remove the smell?
You remove it by adding baobab fruit powder.
Okay.
When you add baobab fruit powder, this one has collagen. It gives you a youthful skin. But your body does not know how to consume collagen from simos if you don't have baobab fruit powder. There are things that work together. Like this. So if you don't know, you will forever take this for glowing skin.
And wonder.
Now, something else that it does, it adds a lot of good and healthy vaginal discharge. So for the women who are having vaginal dryness, you intake this, and the husband says, yes, the
take
husband
orally.
says it is like this. Simos.
Simos.
Yes. This one you have, all your attention is here.
Yeah.
And I was talking about the other things. You are not this attentive.
No, I want it to be clear that we are
For your skin, you apply. This is also a face mask.
Because we'll go and apply there.
You can apply. Oh, yes. This is a mask. It will tone your...
But you said we are not inserting inside.
Yes, you're not inserting. But you guys don't. You see, you go to the salon and you apply face mask. Your VV also needs mask. You want it to look like this.
Then, you know the process.
Toning.
No, Caro, one day I want you to imagine the process.
I'm sitting down and...
So I am seated in my room, masking my vagina.
Yeah.
Then my son walks in. The way he doesn't knock that little man. Like the process, most of us would want...
your bedroom.
Oh, the happy vagina oil is here as well.
Yes.
Most of us would want to take care of it and apply daily. Not the time. You think about the process. Because when I mask with Simos, I'm supposed to wash and wait.
But you guys go to the salon and you mask your faces. Why are you not taking care of
We will try. We need to try. So I can take orally?
Yes, and you can apply. People
I can
with
apply
eczema,
on
eczema and skin conditions, you apply this.
Really?
This is a gel, but in its natural state, it looks like weeds. Like this. So when it's this one, it will help you with all the mucus. Because remember, even fibroids, for them to form, is because you have excess production of mucus in your body. Sometimes coming from the fats, the excess fats that you have in your body. So you just need to minimize your mucus. Now, I would want to give some few tips other than these things that
What is ginger doing here?
It's an anti-inflammatory.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Those are pumpkin seeds. Those are pumpkin seeds powder. They will provide you with
moringa
anti-inflammatory.
powder. Okay.
Yes, and also giving you iron.
Okay.
But all these things cannot work by themselves. If you're under stress and you take this, they won't work. If you're under stress and you have fibroids and you're on medication, and this, it won't work.
Yeah.
If you have all this and then you go and take your wheat and you go and take excess carbohydrates. So let me talk to a woman who has already been diagnosed with fibroids.
Yes.
Number 1, don't panic. It's not the end of the world. Number 2, I'm giving you free gifts that God has given us before you come to Caro. Drink plenty of water. Water is good to flush out the toxins. Okay. Number 3, reduce the amount of carbohydrates because excess insulin in our body is also a contributing factor of us having fibroids. And where does insulin come from? From glucose.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the process.
Insulin,
the process of the glucose. You know, when you take carbohydrates, when they are being broken down, they become glucose, they are being converted, insulin comes in there.
Oh, yeah.
So if you take too much carbohydrates, if you already have the fibroids and you stop for the next 1 month, you minimize completely taking of carbohydrates and reduce that one. First of all, it will work on your weight. Number 2, it will help you not to have excess fats, so less mucus. Then the fibroids will start shrinking by themselves.
Okay.
Number 4, minimize wheat, sugar, and dairy. Wheat, and if you can be
Wheat,
able to
sugar, and
eradicate,
Yeah.
there's a difference between minimizing
and eradicating.
But if you have fibroids and you really want to eradicate them,
Yeah.
you must eradicate it, and including processed foods,
Yeah.
because they have very high estrogen. Then make friends to peanuts, almonds, cashew nuts, nuts. They will be able to help you with all these things. And then you must, capital M, capital U, capital S, capital T, exercise.
Oh.
Because it has everything to do with blood flow.
Oh.
Exercise, walking is good, but I want some form of exercise that will make your heart skip rope,
Yes.
run if you can, swimming. Swimming also engages all your, but do, that is the kind of exercise that I'm talking about. Number 5, sleep.
Really?
Sleep is very important because when you're sleeping, your body is regenerating. The cells are regenerating. And then number 6, if you have access to sauna, steam bath, jacuzzi,
Ooh la la.
and if you don't know where to get them, come to me. I'll show you. But if you have access to those, they'll help you sweat the toxins. And then the best remedy for fibroids is fasting. God-given free fasting. If you can do IF, fine. If you can't do fasting, just fast as often as possible. Yes.
So you can actually shrink them to 0.
Yes, and they come out as blood because they are blood.
Oh.
Cysts, when we are shrinking cysts, they come out as discharge. So when you see the bleeding, is because they are coming out.
Yes. Is a good thing.
There are actually some fibroids that are very smart. They come out like a baby. They, like, you even have, there are women who will experience even like labor pains and they'll come out like a baby.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. That's enough for today, but we need to share your contact.
Yes.
So we're going to share it here. This is Carol's contact. You've been calling JK Studios, you've been calling me, you've been calling Polybex, and you just go straight to the point. Is this Carol? There's something wrong? Like, and I'm like, hey, hold up. This is Carol's number. So if you'd like to visit any of the shops all around the country, and you even help people get them outside the country, you
Yes, we
deliver
do.
outside.
Yes,
There's
we
always a way.
Yes, and
There's always a way.
For people who are outside the country or even far away from me,
Yeah.
every Thursday I do Zoom sessions
Oh,
or
yeah.
Google Meets. So you can book an appointment. You don't have to come to me physically.
Oh, yeah.
You can do a 1-hour conversation. The women and the men who will see this content and they will want help with fibroids, we don't have a quick fix.
Yeah.
We don't have a quick answer. But we also need to know your story.
Yes.
It was caused by something. Let us know what that thing is, and then let us come up with solution.
Oh, you can meet her virtually. You can book
Yes.
an appointment
Yes.
virtually. So
Yes.
I'm sharing her number. Please reach out. And on the first comment, actually even in the description of this video, we have the locations where the shops are and the numbers. So please get in touch. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
I'm always learning.
Thank
So
you too.
today we are taking to Mr. Keda the black seed oil. And we are going to pretend it's for his immune system.
I'm sure you have some honey in the house. I'll teach you.
Wow, thank you so much once again. I'll see you on the next one. If you have any questions, we are going to start a TikTok live with Carol. So follow her on TikTok at Carol, your health coach. And I'm Rawder Kidula. So be in touch. If you have any questions, let us know because you help us know what you want to hear. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.